Help is on the way for small business owners in Nashville. Mayor Freddie O'Connell announced some new programs that are going to allow their businesses to grow.
WSMV's Amber Janeth tells us why many say the timing couldn't be better.
Small businesses in Nashville have been facing significant financial challenges over the years, from rising costs to taxes, but these programs are already making a difference.
Several small business owners across Nashville have seen struggles with declining foot traffic, mounting costs, and limited access to capital. Mayor Freddie O'Connell is working to address those issues.
Supporting business owners who are part of our community already helps us build that Nashville for Nashvillians where everyone can belong.
During the mayor's roundtable, he announced 3 incentives that will support small businesses, including the Legacy Business Program, designed to help companies that have been open for at least 15 years with less than 100 employees. Applicants can get funding to help with future operations and investments. The Property Investment Program is another option, which would give small businesses money to update and enhance their buildings to attract more customers. The owner of Peachtree Grill in Woodbine spoke about how the extra money helped his business.
We opened right at the heart of the pandemic shutdowns, so we were not able to do all the investment that we wanted to, to build out the way it should have been done. And for 4 or 5 years, we kind of struggled. And when I got with the mayor's office about this grant, we were able to add a whole dining room and beautify the outside of the building.
He said those changes has helped bring more customers in the door. Small businesses struggling with retaining talented workers can apply for the Workforce Investment Program, which helps companies train their employees, adding additional skills.
Together, these investments help ensure local small business owners, they're part of the conversation. And most of all, they're equipped to contribute to the economic prosperity of the city.
The mayor says the council still has to approve the programs before business owners can apply. In Nashville, Amber Janeth, WSMV4.